Welcome, this is my journey to Chad in December 2013. Coming from Australia, we decided to take a few things for the journey. One of these things was a gas oven. So it's an oven that will cook meat and anything else you want, run off a portable gas bottle. Another thing that I decided to take was a set of solar powered lights, which I would use while I was there and then give to someone afterwards. This picture is not the exact packet of lights that I took, but it's something similar. We landed at the airport in N'Djamena, and you can already see the prevalence of dual cab Toyota pickups or utility vehicles. We made our way directly to Pont Belille, and these are some pictures of the place where we stayed. It was a mud brick building with a door and a window and a shaded outdoor area right next to it. It was in quite a large yard, and the bathroom was right up the back. There were 4 or 5 of these individual rooms or houses, with each one with its own yard area within a larger family housing area. Excuse the noise here, sometimes there's dogs and chickens and I don't have any studio or something. The outside shaded area of my little house was built around a tree, which was very nice. It somehow made it cooler. And here we have a picture of my Ethiopian coffee pot, which I brought with me from Ethiopia and used to make coffee while I was in Chad. Now we can see some pictures of the kids from the family who lives here. I mostly spent my time in my little shaded area, and the kids would often come and visit me. Little kids, bigger kids, mostly girls, but the young boys would come as well. And also some of the older girls who would try to speak a few words of English with me. Again, I feel so privileged. I have been and am, and feel so privileged to be able to travel around the world and visit not only places and things, events, landscapes, but people's lives as well. To make the effort to go and to see people, to meet people, and to be welcomed into their part of the world and their lives, their circumstances, their houses, to meet their children. It's really an amazing thing, and something not everybody is able to do in their lifetime, or not able to do very much of. And I've had such a wide variety of experiences and places and things and people, visiting people's lives, enjoying, appreciating, experiencing the beauty and the troubles and the experiences of other people's lives as part of my life. In fact, it's been a big part of my life to this point and continues to be. In the next part of the video, we travel to the central mosque in N'Djamena, which is the capital, and there's a traveling journey, driving in the car, and also visiting the masjid itself. I'll leave some of the soundtrack in.
This is a hospital built by the president's mother. I don't think she would have much clue of hospitals. Anyway.
Your ideas?
Shajarah karena ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ هم الطفل side? What side? It's a government hospital.
Ah, okay.
This is the Yawa. Lagi nama ini. Take care. That's the Grand Mosque. King Faisal built these mosques in most of the African countries where he visited in the 70s. And this is the west end of the Grand Market. It's a huge market.
This is the carpet section.
Carpet, bags, you see everything. To the right, that's the entrance of the big market.
Okay.
The name of it is Souk Kabir. Souk is shopping
Yeah.
Kabir.
Big market. central mosque and also at the big market. I had to be a bit careful not to take pictures of people all the time though, because they'll be a bit sensitive about that. So I don't have pictures inside the market. The next day, we went somewhere not too far away to visit some family members. There were several older people, aunties and uncles, at the one house where we went to visit, and it was a very pleasant hour or couple of hours chatting, looking at people, having them look at me because I couldn't really speak with anybody. Nobody spoke English. Men and women were kind of in the same room but separate, and I was really just doing one of the things I do best, which is just sitting around trying my best not to look conspicuous.
This area is very busy.
Business Shajarah. كان بزنس تاعي تكرم تاع شغل تاعي تكرينجي بس أكبر من التجارة. التجارة بريكلي مسؤول مرشندايزنج تفكر نتيجة شيء بزنس نمرة. بس يعني أنت بزنس نمرة تكرم وشونا نمرة شكلي. بزنس نمرة تاعي تكرم نمرة ينقل بزنس تغاضكم وانت كلمة ميري تغاضكم تكرينجي. لكن أنا أكيد دخلنا أكيد يعني بزنس هو ده بزنس صار هو ده كان هو يعني تجارة صار متكلم. كونه خيار مثلا. سوي كوره سمورة مرندورة. di bermuda poi anche se كان جاي مريتي بدل ما برادي وتعرف كلها انت هو تكون ولا انت كده انت كده انت هو وجه ايوه برادي هذا عن قلت لك نارتو كره فتك cukup mana ya lu suka video kalau karena mereka kerja di sana dan semua temannya itu mana zaman itu di sana school place na yang berapa juga lantar kalau tadi itu dan hari-hari kalau di sana di mana kalau tahu jadi menunjukkan dari nara bundar kur kan hari kalau itu kur sih watermelon.
Yes, please.
So as you could see or hear, the only part of that was English was the last bit at the end with, do I want some watermelon? Yes, please. I hope there was nothing untoward said in the video. I would have no idea. If there is, I guess I'm in trouble. Somehow. I'm just leaving some audio in so you can just experience the travels as I experienced the travels in exactly the same way. thing which I think I should mention is that it was actually the middle of winter when we were there. It was still a little bit hot for me, but for them it's like cold. And I used to sit outside, especially in the evenings, and like just enjoy the coolness, and like lie down on a mat and look at the stars. And a couple of the ladies, they saw me doing that. Basically thought I was nuts because I should have been freezing cold, and what was I doing outside on a mat looking at the sky? But you know, that's how things go. Of course, they don't realize that it's not cold at all for somebody from Australia. And yeah, you always when you're out somewhere different, you like to do different things, and that you run the risk of looking weird to other people. A big part of the trip was also to come and see the kids who were learning in the mosque, the little non-profit association that we had helped to pay for the teacher there, and we were coming to give them some like little presents and to encouragement in their studies. These wooden boards are for writing Quran on for learning. They are written on with special ink. In Chad, it's most common for people to learn Quran by listening, writing, and then learning. Not only like in most of the world, it's most common to just only do it by listening and repeating. But in Chad, it's done by writing on these wooden boards and then learning.
Thank you.
watching this now, even such a long time later and so far away, really instills in me a sense of peace. So peaceful, quiet. It's a type of peace that you have to adjust yourself to. It's so unusual or here, unusual or you can't find that peace like that. You can't find that in living in a city or a town in like Western countries. Maybe you can find it out in the country, but I'm not sure you can, because it takes the type of mentality that I was talking about earlier, where you're out of your normal habitat, so to speak. You have a particular type of mentality where you're traveling. It's a completely different type of mentality where you're open and you're experiencing like with a heightened awareness. And then I found a peculiar type of peace in Chad, and I wasn't going to bring it up until we got to Shajarah. There I'll talk about it again in a slightly different way. But here, like while I was recording this video for so many minutes, there was no sound. And then you start to hear the adhan, the call to prayer, off in the distance. Even in the whole video, I don't even think there was a car, even though the road was not too far off. And just peace. It's a peace that's difficult to adjust to, because it seems like it's empty of many things. It's empty of our normal doings. It's empty of our normal having. It comes across initially as an empty kind of peace. Anyway, I'll get back to that in the next installment of my chat videos. Coming up at the end of this now, there's a picture of my mat in the evening outside my little house, and this is where I would lie down at night and just look at the stars and just be enveloped in this peace and the darkness and the cool of the evening.